Without a doubt, one of the most beautiful Playboy bunnies of all time was Lauren Hutton. Now in her 70s, she's still considered one of the most beautiful women to have graced the magazine, as well as one who has lent her talents to cinema. She's still considered a sex symbol, and though we don't see her as often today, she still makes appearances in films and in public. Join Facts First to learn about how Lauren Hutton is no longer a Playboy bunny, but still poses topless. Mary Lawrence Hutton was born November 17, 1943, in Charleston, South Carolina. 2 years after she was born, Mary's mother divorced her father, and they moved to Tampa, Florida. Sadly, Mary never saw her father again, as he died in 1956, just before she turned 13. Nevertheless, this gave Mary strength. It taught her about the hardships of life and how she had to strive to live a better life. She later graduated from Chamberlain High School and went on to study at the University of South Florida. She later moved to New York with a friend of hers, Pat Chambers, who was a prominent disc jockey from Tampa. She moved to New York City with him, and that's where she landed her first gig. Before we tell you more about Lauren, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Lauren Hutton's career. Mary changed her name to Lauren Hutton and worked as a Playboy bunny at one of the nightclubs in New York City. This was what brought her attention and even led to some modeling opportunities. While this wasn't the biggest part of her career, it was one of the most important as she realized the power she had as a female. During this time, she also appeared on TV as a contestant for the game show To Tell the Truth. She was still living with Pat Chambers, and the two of them traveled and lived in different places around the world, including in Europe, the Bahamas, and New Orleans. In New Orleans, Lauren returned to college and received a Bachelor of Arts degree from Tulane. In the 1960s, she returned to New York City and decided to pursue a career as a model. One of her earliest successes was appearing in an advertisement for Chanel that was photographed by famous photographer Richard Avedon. In the 70s, she signed a deal with Revlon and became the face of the brand. She became one of the highest-paying models of the time and soon became one of the most respected models in the industry. She also posed for many beauty magazines and became particularly well known for her collaboration with Vogue, posing for the magazine a total of 26 times. She also posed nude several times and was unapologetic about sexuality. She was arguably one of the most influential women involved in the sexual revolution. She was apparently even offered $1 million by Larry Flynt to pose nude. She later appeared in 2 commercials for Pepsi Light. These became largely popular, and she got a brief taste of acting. She soon decided she wanted to pursue a career as an actress in addition to her modeling. Her first film was the 1968 comedy Paper Lion. She starred alongside Alan Alda, who played sports writer George Plimpton. The film is an underrated gem and was a fine debut for Lauren Hutton. Her next film was the drama Pieces of Dreams, where she starred alongside Robert Forster. It was a rather controversial film about a Catholic priest who enters into a relationship with a woman. Lauren Hutton was praised for her role in the film, and it solidified her acting skills. This was followed up by another hit film, Little Faust and Big Halsey. She played a supporting role to Robert Redford and Michael J. Pollard, but held her own in the film. This was followed up by a slew of hit films, including My Name is Rocco Papaleo, The Gambler, Gator, and Welcome to L.A. She acted in a TV movie called A Time for Love, which premiered in 1973. Her second foray into television was in 1977 when she appeared in the miniseries The Rhineman Exchange. She had a lead role in this miniseries, acting alongside Stephen Collins. The show was a huge success, and once again, Lauren continued to get more and more attention. Like any actress, Lauren has had hits and flops during her career, but it's mostly been hits in both cinema and television. Her other big hits have included American Gigolo, Zorro the Gay Blade, All Fired Up, Lassiter, the TV series Paper Dolls, Once Bitten, the TV miniseries Monte Carlo, and many more. I Feel Pretty was her last film, released in 2018. These are all hit films and TV shows, and she had lead and supporting roles in all of them. There's no news at present on whether she'll continue acting. Now, in her late 70s, we can expect she might slow down, as working on a film can be rather exhausting, but we hope to see her in at least a cameo or 2. In the meantime, she's still making public appearances and still loves discussing her work on various films and TV shows. We expect that in the future, more attention will be given to her acting career, and the focus won't just be on her beauty and her work as a model. Lauren Hutton's later years. Lauren Hutton hasn't appeared in a film or TV program since 2018, but we don't think she's quite ready to retire. We're sure she'll appear in another film or TV show soon enough. In the meantime, she's been appearing in public and loves to discuss her life and career. Now in her 70s, she still works occasionally as a model. She has posed nude recently, and even posed in lingerie for an ad campaign for Coupe bras. She's still very open about posing nude and in swimsuits and lingerie, and her role in the sexual revolution. While she's not as public as she used to be, she's still considered an icon of American cinema, and is a role model for many aspiring models. She was once the spokesperson and the face of Revlon, and she now discusses Coupe bras and tries to promote them as a great alternative to other major lingerie brands. Lauren Hutton's life and legacy. Lauren Hutton eventually left Pat Chambers when she moved to New York City to pursue modeling. She was involved in a relationship with Bob Williamson, who was her manager. They were together for 27 years. While they had their issues and Williamson apparently spent a lot of her earnings, she remembers her relationship with him fondly and has discussed how he was a father figure to her. She was also briefly in a relationship with Luca Babini. She's never been married, but still has her many admirers to this day. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you a fan of Lauren Hutton? What's your favorite role of hers? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. By the way, if you haven't joined Facts First as a member yet, be sure to look below this video and click the join button. By becoming a paid member of Facts First, you'll get access to exclusive video content that you won't find anywhere else. This includes some of our more mature content that isn't suitable for public audiences, which includes topics like Hollywood actresses who posed for Playboy and some of the steamiest moments in movie history. Plus, you can enjoy these videos completely ad-free. Our biggest fans will notice they also get badges next to their name when they leave comments on our videos. We pay special attention to comments from our members, and so do other viewers. So if you want exclusive content from Facts First or inside access to discussions with other community members, click the join button to get started for just $4.99. There are hours of members-only videos waiting for you, with new videos added every month. And we're actively working on bringing even more features to help fans like you connect with other members and get more of your favorite content. Just click join, and we'll see you inside the membership tab.